Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. The saga of Rajasthan Congress remains unresolved because of the tussle between Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot. In a new twist today, despite the warnings from the party, Sachin Pilot went ahead with his day-long fast where he pressed for action against the corruption cases during the Vasundhara Raje government. Sachin Pilot said that if no action is taken against Vasundhara Raje, then the voters will feel that there is some kind of collusion between Ashok Gehlot and Vasundhara Raje. Obviously, the party high command has not taken this lightly. And what will Sachin Pilot's next move be? It's anybody's guess. But the general perception which has gone out today after Sachin Pilot's incident is that Congress is not able to manage its house in order. The other message which goes down is there some kind of a generational battle within the Congress? Why people are leaving or why people are eager that they should be given some kind of party positions? Is the party high command not able to deliver all of that? Also, there are reports of factionalism from many states like Karnataka, which is going to polls. Then you have Chhattisgarh, where there have been reports of some kind of a tussle between Chief Minister Bhupesh Singh Baghel and TS Singh Deo. So how is the Congress really going to manage all of this? I'm joined by veteran Congress leader and who's also the current health minister of Chhattisgarh, TS Singh Deo himself. Good evening, sir, and thank you so much for
joining. Good evening, Niluji. How are you?
I'm fine, sir, absolutely. And it's been a tough day for your party. So my first question to you is that whatever reports have come so far, Sachin Pilot has been saying that this is not an anti-party activity. It is a governance issue which he has raised. And probably he will come to Delhi, he will meet the high command and explain his side of position. But how do you see Sachin Pilot's stance which he has taken? Do you consider that as an anti-party activity, some kind of an indiscipline?
I had said some things regarding this yesterday. And till then, I was not aware of the circular which had been taken out by the AICC in charge for Rajasthan.
Right.
There was a written circular which stated that it is being seen as anti-party, anti-government. And though it did add further that he was in touch with Sachin Pilot. And Sachin Pilot is an asset for the party, which gave a sense that the in charge is trying to manage the situation in the best interest of the party, where if there are only two people we are talking about, Mr. Gehlot and Sachin Pilot, both are seen to be working and actually working for the interest of the Congress for the best possible result in the next coming election.
But Mr. Deo, you do feel that Sachin Pilot has not been given his due because of the significant role he played in 2018 elections and the way he brought victory to the party. And time and again, there were reports that apparently he would be ultimately made the chief minister. But then it's almost going to be 5 years now and elections are around the corner. And do you think that this kind of a defiance is justified on Sachin's part?
Defiance and indiscipline cannot be justified beyond a point. As far as Sachin's contribution is concerned, undoubtedly he was one of the major players on behalf of the Congress who constantly brought up agitations, movements, stands against the then Vasundhara Raje government. And eventually it led to some sort of success, not a very good majority. We were 99 in a house of 200. And then eventually, with other people joining in, the BSP MLAs merging with the Congress, the independents coming on board, etc. There was a regional tribal party also who had 2 MLAs. They were on board. So Congress was able to build up a comfortable majority there of about 125 MLAs in a house of 200. So Sachin's role, undoubtedly, it was positive. He made a major contribution for the government. Then again, nobody's contribution is single. His was a major contribution. There were other people contributing too, I'm sure. CP Joshi would have been contributing. Ashok Gehlot ji would have been contributing. Other leaders too, who I'm not being able to name. Then onwards, more than what is talked about, for me, what is much more important than just a particular post I have been in the Congress party for decades now myself, and there have been times where I had no post at all. I had no post at all. I was simply active member of the Congress party, what you call a 1 rupee member, now a 5 rupee member of the Congress party. And I was able to function in a positive way in that particular framework where I had no post. I was no post holder in the DCC. I was no post holder in the PCC. I was no post holder in the AICC. I had absolutely no post.
Mr. Deo, are you saying that now the younger generation, which is in their 40s or 50s, is much more impatient, and you belong to the older generation of the Congress leaders who know how to wait patiently, and you still are
Not,
waiting patiently?
not only
Because,
that, I had
yes,
been young too, and I have a lot of fighting spirit in me too. It may not appear so. I can be quite a fighter myself. I'm not averse to a fight once in a while. But that apart, what I was trying to
when
say,
I said old, I don't mean literally in the terms of numbers.
oh, that's okay. And I have got on in years. I'm 71 now. I will be 71 in October. So age, it doesn't stop for anyone. That's perfectly all right. Nothing to say on that. What I was wanting to say is that even when I did not have any post, I felt I was having a say. So that is what is most important.
So you
Wherever
feel
you
that
are,
that is missing now from the party? Maybe the leadership
from
can handle this.
many
No, no,
places where
look at those young leaders who have left. I'm talking about Scindia. I'm talking about Anil Antony, who's the most recent case, A.K. Antony's son, who has left for BJP. Why is this kind of an attrition happening within Congress? There's some
there
problem
would be
within the leadership.
various reasons. It's not only in the Congress. I think people are shifting parties many places. People from the BJP are joining. People from the Congress are joining other parties. But people from other parties are joining. Let us say many BJP people have joined the Trinamool Congress,
But Mr. Deo,
and
when interests
that flux continues, throughout the country.
Mr. Deo, when the interests are not properly addressed, it's exactly when people decide that enough is enough and we need to leave the party. Isn't that
Yes,
happening too often within Congress? Now look at Shashi Tharoor.
not
He
only the
just
Congress, but Congress also.
Of
Certainly,
course, it's
Congress
happening
also.
in
We
other
need to look
parties.
into that in greater detail.
Uh, No, it's. I agree with you that it's happening in other parties as well. But look at the frequency in Congress, and there are glaring examples. Now look at Shashi Tharoor. He fought, for the president's election, but he didn't get his due. Look at all those leaders who recently left, whether it was RPN, whether it was Scindia, uh, and so many of them, Jitin Prasad. And in fact, coming to you, don't you feel deprived that you haven't got your due still? There was a rotation formula of 2.5 years CM in Chhattisgarh, where Bhupesh Baghel was supposed to replace you on the post of the chief minister. And you still are the CM in waiting. You feel deprived, and the party is not doing enough the way they should have addressed your interests?
There was never a declared formula that it would be 2.5, 2.5. There's been talk of it, and there would have been discussions that we would have had behind sacred closed doors. Those things have been there. That apart, the most important thing is to ensure that all the people participating in a team effort are made to feel comfortable. That I will concede. If you are playing cricket for
But that's
India,
not happening. You feel that that is not happening in the party.
that needs to be ensured. I would not uh, sort of say something which will become controversial, but it needs to be ensured that all the players in the team, if you are a bowler, then you are getting your due, the time to bowl. Maybe there is guidance from the management, tips from the captain. If you are an opening batsman, are you going to go all out and hit and get out? Or how are you going to play? So that team, that person must feel and be made to feel a part of the team. That we must ensure.
But sir, how do you think that this Rajasthan game or the Rajasthan tussle will be resolved? We don't see any kind of a meeting point between Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot, and neither do we see the High Command in a position where they can really resolve this issue. Now look at Sachin Pilot. He chose to go on a fast on a day when Rahul Gandhi was in Wayanad. And he chose to wean away that entire limelight, which apparently Rahul could have grabbed.
I
So
don't think that could ever have been on Sachin's mind. He had probably made this program a number of days earlier. and he would have no intention of sort of trying to come in the way of Rahul ji's presence anywhere in the country. That could never have been the issue. He chose a day, and it was a declared day. It was there in the media. It was being talked about fairly openly that he's going to sit on a dharna. He's going to sit on a dharna. For one, I feel that was the time where intervention should have taken place, not overnight. That one I certainly feel. I'm not saying anything against or making a mark against anybody, but I certainly feel that it should have been preempted rather than, last overnight call being taken on that.
Mr.
And
Deo,
then onwards, it must be ensured in. Yes, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was saying that talking purely in context with what is happening in Rajasthan, we saw the problem brewing up since 2018, whether it was the ticket distribution, whether it was other issues, which Sachin Pilot time again, he went and communicated it to the party high command. But then also it seemed that the situation was allowed to fester and fester to that extent where the Rajasthan game seems to be just ending like a rope which is broken.
Something needs to be done for sure. I will not deny that. It is facile to sort of say everything is absolutely all right. There's nothing wrong anywhere. Absolute things are absolutely fine. They need attention. They certainly need attention. We have a stalwart in Mr. Ashok Gehlot. We have a younger firebrand with the base in Sachin Pilot. And I'm sure there could be ways in which they could be made to see more eye to eye than they apparently seem to be seeing today.
So do you feel that there is a generational battle within Congress, which is happening? Maybe you look at Karnataka, DK Shivkumar, much younger as compared to Siddaramaiah. Then, of course, Sachin Pilot versus Ashok Gehlot. So do you see this as some kind of a generational battle within the party?
Not necessarily a generational battle. Those things are there. Again, those are things which probably cannot be denied, where youngsters tend to become impatient. They feel they can do a lot of things, and I'm sure my son can do more than I can do. In many ways. Some ways, maybe he'll need some more time. But in a lot of things, I feel he's more capable than I am. So there, he may feel a sense of frustration. Look, this old guy, he doesn't know so much. He doesn't understand so much. But he is where, had I been, I could do so many things. I'm making it a personal example so that I don't make a comment on anybody. So those things are there.
Yes.
But then I'm sure my son and I won't be fighting each other.
But Mr. Deo, you've seen Congress, for the last so many decades, and you've actually lived up the life of a true congressman. Despite whatever disgruntlement you have, you're still staying within the party. But do you believe that you can have some kind of a breaking point where you say that enough is enough and now I'm going to leave the Congress party because I haven't got my due?
Not for that. For due, I would never leave any party or any organization. I can live with that.
No, but what happens if you make you chief minister? Supposing in the coming elections.
That is, by itself, it is not important. How my party behaves, ensures behavior with me. That is important to me. That is why I mentioned, in fact, exactly what you're probably wanting to know, that I had no post. It didn't matter to me. So, being chief minister, not being chief minister, even if it matters, it doesn't matter to the extent that not being made the chief minister, I leave the party. I will not. That is not reason enough. But if I am not behaved in a particular way, that could get to me. That could get to me. Not that I'll join any other party. I'll never join any other party. That is a given. That is given in bold letters, if one can paste it anyway. But certainly, I'll then take a seat which is back.
But Mr. Deo, it was really sad to see all the TV channels today. After many months, we saw negative stories about Congress because during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, a lot of things positive came out of the Congress camp. and especially after the president election happened, then the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and people thought that, Congress is reviving. But all of a sudden, with this Sachin Pilot's move, the impression which has gone out is that Congress is a house which is sinking. Do you think that that was a wrong move made by Sachin Pilot? Because ultimately it impacts the image of the party.
This is a blip. It will come and go. It has come. It will be over. You'll very soon not be talking about it. I can assure you that whatever action is taken, whatever are the ways in which these things unfold, but I am very sure that maybe a month from now we will not be even talking about it.
But where do you think Sachin Pilot will be heading to? Because he's targeting BJP, he's targeting Congress. There are speculations that he might join some kind of a third front, which could be Hanuman Beniwal's party or maybe Aam Aadmi Party. Where do you think lies the solution? Will Sachin Pilot...
I can see him protecting his interest for one. I mean, what I can see very clearly is Sachin trying to protect his interest. And his first choice will be to protect his interest, political and otherwise, within the Congress party. He has not shown any strong desire. He could have left a long time back. And there are adjustments. We've seen other people getting what we call adjusted. You took so many names of senior people in the Congress party who have gone, and some have already been accommodated, is the term we use.
Mr. Deo, many times, the people who are leaving Congress, they say that, the biggest problem within the Congress party is Rahul Gandhi, because all the time, the party is thinking of projecting him. The party is thinking always of enhancing his image. Even during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, there were so many discussions happening on TV channels saying that, there's some kind of a relaunching on the part of Rahul Gandhi. So do you think that the elephant in the room is Rahul Gandhi? The real problem is that it's too much of an overprojection of Rahul Gandhi, and this is why the other leaders feel let down and they feel that they are not getting their due. Do you think that is the problem?
Not at all, because there is no other leader in the Congress party today who measures up to Rahul Gandhi. So the issue is not Rahul Gandhi versus anybody else. It is a matter of people feeling accommodated within a particular setup. See, I have met very few people who have...
Allow me to interrupt you, sir. You said that, it's a matter of accommodating people. So accommodation has to come from the senior most leadership. I mean, that has to come from the high command. So do you think that the high command is weakened? The high command is not able to take any sort of a solid decision which they should be taking? And that is why these problems are allowed to fester.
Do we expect the high command to be taking care of our polling booths? Do we expect Sonia ji, Rahul ji, Khadge ji, or our leaders to be going to polling booths to manage? It is not. So I'm just trying to make a scale. So the leadership is not expected to butt in to day-to-day affairs of a state even. Forget the polling booth level. It is not expected of the central leadership to be looking into what everybody is doing in every state every day. That is not their duty. It is the duty of the state leaders.
No, you are right.
There is something wrong. Then Mr. Gehlot is responsible, right. Sachin is responsible, Bhupesh is responsible, I am responsible, Siddaramaiah ji is responsible, Shiv Kumar ji is responsible. These are the people who are responsible for what is happening in the state. And we are allowing it to be put on the head of the High Command, which is wrong and improper.
Saying that it's wrong to blame High Command. The problem lies within the state leadership, right?
Absolutely.
So in your case...
We want to manage the state. We say we want to run the state. It's a bad term. I don't like that term. We don't run a state, but we manage the state, and we can't manage ourselves.
No, but Mr. Deo, I want to take your example.
Mommy and daddy to come every day. We must get over this mommy daddy thing, right?
Mr. Deo, Mr. Deo, I want to talk about your problem, which is in Chhattisgarh. Now, if the problem is between TS Singh Deo and Bhupesh Singh Baghel, and you are saying that no mom and dad are going to intervene. So, amongst the two of you, how do you resolve this?
Beyond the point. And we must work it out amongst ourselves, otherwise it will never work out. A husband and wife must work it out amongst themselves. If you leave it to the parents on either side to work up a husband-wife relationship, it will not last.
No, Mr. Deo, Chhattisgarh's elections are just 6 months away, but it hasn't worked between you and Bhupesh Baghel. At least you have not been able to resolve this.
It's not that bad. Is it that bad? I don't think it's that bad. We have been working together.
I do agree. It's not as bad as Rajasthan. It's certainly not as bad as Rajasthan. Surely.
In many places, I'm sure.
No, but Mr. Deo, tell me one thing. What would be your advice to Sachin Pilot, if I may ask you? Because the way the problem is festering, the impression which has gone out is that the Congress is absolutely sinking. It cannot put its house in order. Today, there have been headlines that, the new Congress president, Mallikarjun Kharge, apparently is not able to manage. All those kind of headlines are going across the TV channels. So,
Sachin must protect his base and be patient. Both things are very important. If you are in politics, or you are, let us say, in the field of social media, would you not like to protect your space? If things are not running good for you, are you going to chuck it up and sort of make some sort of a revolt or do something like that? It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay. So first, what is your interest? Your interest is the people, welfare of the people, and the medium you have chosen is the Congress party. Once you have chosen the Congress party as the medium, then to work in the Congress party, you must have a base too to be acceptable to the Congress party as a player.
But
so you protect your base
saying,
and be patient.
But Mr. Deo, from what you're saying is very, very clear that, Sachin Pilot has been impatient. He needs to wait more. But senior leaders like you really can read the wind in politics. And I really want to ask you, what is your honest assessment about Sachin Pilot? Because he has been criticizing BJP, because he has been criticizing Ashok Gehlot. Now, do you see this as some kind of a tactics on the part of Sachin Pilot that probably he wants to gain more influence over the party affairs just before the elections?
There are two things, among many things. Let us say two things. To be fair to Sachin, we must not see it only Sachin-centric way. There are other players. Sachin must not be held responsible for everything. That would not be fair. The other people also who are participating in this interaction, it's a two-way dialogue. Any relationship is a two-way interaction between two people. That is what a relationship is.
So you are saying that problem is not alone with Sachin. Even Ashok Gehlot is responsible for what is happening.
We must see it from that point of view also. We must see it because there are two people interacting. A husband and wife, a brother and sister, a father and mother. There are two people interacting. That is what a relationship is all about. Isn't that what any relationship is? The interaction between two people. Now, here we are seeing again and again, we are running into bumps. We are seeing it. There are bumps everywhere in life, in our personal relationships, in our interaction with people, in our interactions in the setup we work in. And in politics, politics is no different. So where we are seeing these bumps, we need to ensure that they are smoothened out. And who will do it best? Which relationship will last more? That which is worked out between the two of them, or that which is imposed by either a high command or parents or somebody else? It will not last. It will not last.
You're right,
we must be mature. We must be mature. Age is no factor. We must be mature enough to realize that we are working together for a goal, for the betterment of the people, and for our aspirations, personal aspirations too. And for that, it must not be cut the other. Live and let live. But we must go towards that.
No, but Sachin
not
Pilot,
live and let die.
But Mr. Deo, Sachin Pilot, after ending his fast, said that he will continue his protest against corruption. Now, which means that he's not relenting in any way. He might have ended the fast, but his battle continues, the tussle continues, and the Rajasthan Congress looks like in a state of confusion and chaos interminably.
He has reasserted himself again, but bringing up the matter of corruption is absolutely fine. To involve the state government, his own party government, he's still in the party, to involve his own party publicly, that would not be wise.
So where is the solution then?
Fight against corruption. Try and do something to make the party stronger.
No, but if he fights against corruption, he is also fighting against Ashok Gehlot, because Ashok Gehlot is not active.
No, not at all. Not at all. They can be separated very easily. They can be very easily separated. They're two entirely different issues. Two entirely different issues. They can both start talking about the same thing. If there has been corruption in the Vasundhara Raje government, we're going to put it down. There's a simple solution.
One last question, Mr. Deo, that, Congress always is seen as a democratic party. And on record, people have said that, people with different opinions, we welcome the diverse opinions. Anyone can say anything. But if this kind of gross indiscipline becomes a pattern, like what Sachin Pilot has done, should he be should the party let him go? Or should the party punish him in any way?
More has happened before this current Sachin episode. When Mr. Kharge was contesting, for the presidentship of the party, Mr. Gehlot's name was there.
Right.
And Mr. Kharge was the, let us say, emissary or in charge of the team which had gone to see what was happening in Rajasthan.
Right.
That has happened in Rajasthan too. Unacceptable words have been exchanged between the two. So don't see it in isolation. It has to stop. You can take a call anytime and say, we take a call right here and we say, here action will be taken and we forget whatever has happened in the past. Okay. Because this open derogation.
But Mr. Deo, in Sachin's case, we do not know who's going to take the final call. Will he be allowed to expel? I mean, will he be expelled from the party? Will the party take some stern action against him? All those are questions which, for whom the answers we do not know.
See, what you cannot compromise is discipline. So that has to be a given, and that has to be ensured that it is maintained. You cannot run a household or an organization or a party of national eminence without some sense of discipline. That has to be maintained. But then that also does not apply to one individual. Everybody has to be sort of made responsible, and the message got across. This is not for one person. It has to be there for everybody. Everybody must be seen to be working together, and public utterances, they must be eschewed. We cannot have that.
So, Mr. Deo, so are you saying that it will be very difficult for the High Command to take any sort of a stern action against Sachin Pilot?
I am not seeing it in that sense. I am seeing it in a continuum where the interest of the party is best served. Where the interest of the party is best served, not only in just this one episode. There are times and times and times to come. There are many states through which we'll be moving. Many organizations, many equations, many relationships that will have to be contained. Now, I was, like I mentioned in the morning, I was very pleasantly surprised to see Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. Shiv Kumar both saying that we are aspirants, so that's okay.
Maybe
so that is the sort of, you have a healthy sort of aspirational tussle. That's absolutely all right, but not cutting each other.
Maybe Karnataka polls is most immediate, so maybe that is taken care of. But look at the way people are talking today after Sachin Pilot's incident, that Rajasthan is almost going the Punjab way. We know what happened last year. Charanjit Singh Channi was parachuted at the last moment when Amrinder Singh left the party, Navjot Singh Sidhu, all those tussles were playing out in the public. So are we going to see a repeat of what happened in Punjab? Is Rajasthan becoming the next Punjab for Congress?
I hope not.
But you fear that?
You cannot deny any possibility, but I certainly hope not.
Okay. Okay, I won't probe you further. It's been a long day for you and you're so tired. So thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
It was wonderful having you on the program. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this interview, send us your feedback, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned to The Federal. Thank you so much, Mr. Deo. Thank you.
Subscribe to The Federal's YouTube page for more interesting updates.